A beautiful idea by my Rosh Yeshiva Rav Moshe Bochka. Phenomenal idea. Zecha Tzadik Levracha. Beautiful idea. The Parsha talks about an Eved Ivri, a Jewish slave, a Jewish servant that he works for 6 years, and then the Torah says, Uvashvi'i Yetzeh Lachofshi, goes out free. Yetzeh Lachofshi Chinam, he goes out free, right? Rav Bochko is talking about the Parsha, how the Parsha is really built. In the beginning, you have the most severe issues of death, of murder, etc., etc., and the severity goes down and down and down. If you look at the Parsha, there's less severe stuff. In the beginning, it's the most severe things, and towards the end of the Parsha is much more lenient stuff. Very interesting. So why did the Parsha start with an Eved, with the whole idea of servant to slave in the very beginning of the Parsha, right before it starts talking about death and all that stuff? Says Rav Bochko, because buying a slave, buying a servant is like taking someone's freedom, is like taking away his neshama, his or hers neshama. And that is even worse than death, says the Torah. That's what Rav Bochko is trying to highlight. That it's so bad to take a slave, to have someone that taking away someone's freedom is even worse than death. It's like taking away his neshama. And that's why the Torah says, Ki tikne eved ivri, you did it, you have to do it. The person came into debt and he has to sell himself. He's a Jewish guy, has to sell himself, has to go work in order to be able to support himself. You buying him because there's no other way. Shesh shanim yavodu v'shvi'i yetzeh lachofshi chinam, says the Torah. You don't own his neshama. You don't own him. You don't own him at all. He's here just for a certain purpose. And says, even more so, Rav Bochko's break Chazal and says that a person who kana eved, kana adon le'atzmo. You bought yourself a master. You have to take care of his wife and his kids, and you have to make sure that he's okay. It's not like you're buying his neshama. You are responsible for his physical and his spiritual. You're responsible for this whole being, for this person, for his family, for everything. You guys have beautiful Shabbos.